I'm just going to show you how to copy files, pictures, a couple documents, a few things, just a general idea of how to copy and cut and paste your files from your desktop computer over to a flash drive. Again, to me, this is very, very basic. To some people, this may not be, and some of you may watch and say, yeah, okay, I already know how to do all that, but I hope that those of you who don't, there's a lot of people that I help with computers, and they really don't know how to do this, so I'm just going to take my time here and walk you through how to copy some files over to a thumb drive. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to understand is the operating systems on computers are different. So like my computer right now is running Windows 7. Your computer may look a little bit different. The folders, maybe things may look just a little bit different. Please email me or comment. I can always make a new video with any questions you may have. I can make a new video that contains the newer information if I miss something like that. So please let me know. But again, your computer you may be running Windows XP, you may be running Windows Vista. I'm running Windows 7, or you may even be running Windows 8. So in general though, this is all the same idea. It's basically edit, cut and paste, copy and paste. It's pretty simple. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to go in and show you how to right click on your files and look at the size of your folder before you go and buy a flash drive, like at the store, at Staples or Walmart or Target. Anywhere you go to buy a flash drive, like SANDISK is a good one, good quality. There's a lot of other good quality ones out. I've been using SanDisk a while, had no trouble with that manufacturer. Those thumb drives and flash drives are really nice. Again, you'll hear them called thumb drives sometimes. I refer to them, as both, basically the same thing. Flash drive is probably the more preferred term. That's how you may see it at the store. You're going to see, different sizes at the store: 4 gig, 8 gig, 16 gig, 32 gig, and you may wonder, how do I know what I need? So I'm going to show you how to go in and look at your folders real quick. So on your desktop, you can get to your My Documents, your My Pictures, a couple different ways. You can go to the My Computer icon. You can double click on that and go into your hard drive, which is pretty much your root directory. This is your main hard drive, local disk C. If your computer is set up correctly, it should say local disk, it will be named local disk C, and you will find stuff the way I'm finding it here, or very close to it. And here you may see something that says Documents and Settings around in here, like another folder. If you see that, double click on that. And here I'm going to click on Users. Like again, this is Windows 7, so my name is going to show up right there, and that's what you're looking for, your name, or whatever you have your user account named. So you go in here. Now you're not going to see in here on yours. You'll see My Pictures, My Documents, and all the other folders. I have my computer set up a little differently, so you're not going to see them on my computer, but on yours you will. So you'll just go into, like, say, go to Users, your name, and you'll see your stuff in here. The other way to get to it is you may already have a shortcut on the desktop with your name, or it may say My Documents. What you want to do is double click, go in there, and you want to see all these folders, like My Documents, My Pictures, My Videos, My Music, My Pictures. I'm going to move that over for now, but once you find this folder and you see all your folders, and hoping that you have all your pictures in your Pictures folder, which makes it a little more easy, and I'm going to do more videos later on, like computer organization and how to get your pictures from your mobile tablets to your computer, and some other videos. I'm going to be doing many. So what I'm going to do now is I have a 4 gig flash drive I'm going to plug into my computer right now. Now normally you're going to get a pop-up, an autoplay pop-up that's going to detect that flash drive. You don't want to go down here and select use this drive for backup, as that kind of like, I'll cover that in another video. That's some other stuff. You don't want to get into that. Maybe like more in the terms of auto backing things up, and it'll try and start backing up possibly. And what we want to do is, I'm doing this video to show you how to manually get your stuff. So go to the one that says open folder to view files. So there you can see. Now as I'm moving this box around, I'm just clicking up here near the title area, left clicking with the mouse and holding my finger down, and then I'm sliding the mouse over and moving the folder over there, because basically what this is here is my my flash drive or thumb drive. So I'm just going to make these a little smaller so we can work with it a little bit, and I can show you how to copy your files over. So again, if you go to the My Computer icon and double click that, you're going to see that folder here. If you look, they're real similar. It almost looks, you know, like another drive, which basically that's what it is. It's just a solid state flash drive. So you can also get to it by looking here, and since I know this is 4 gigs, you can see here 3.72 gig. The way I have this formatted is it uses up some of that. So you're not actually going to get your 4 gigs, and that's 100% normal. So if you plug it in and you're not seeing 4.00 GB like it says on the package, that's fine. It's, you know, and that's how it is with similar ones. It's usually going to use up some of that space for the file system, depending on, like, say you go with FAT32 or NTFS, just different types of file systems. For this one, a 4 gig, I have it formatted FAT32, and again, that's something you may not understand. I'll cover in another video. But by default, probably if you buy something 4 gig, 8 gig, 16 gig, it's probably going to end up being FAT32 by default. But that's something, you know, you really don't need to worry about right now. So what you would do here is just double click that. It's just like another folder. I'm going to go back into it real quick. So there it is. That's the flash drive that shows up. It's ready to go. There's 3.72 gigs of free space there. If you right click on that and come down to properties, you'll get the pie looking picture there. You can look at your used space, your free space. So just another way to take a look at things. So basically, again, this is the flash drive, and we're going to go over here to my to the pictures folder. What you want to do though is, let's say you don't already have your flash drive and you're wondering what size to go buy. Real quick, I want to cover that. If you go to your folder that you know all your pictures are in, right click on it and go to properties. You're going to see what you want to look at is the number here. These two will be the same most of the time, and they're going to show you, you know, your gigabytes, which is GB. That's what's going to matter when you're going to buy a flash drive. You want to look at this number right there. So what I would do is, say you know you want to back your, you know, pull up the calculator. I have a little shortcut here for the calculator. Punch in 2.66, close out of that one. Now any of these folders you can right click on and look at your properties. So say you want to get your documents, that may be your resume and other important documents. Right click on that, come over here, left click on properties, and that's also going to populate a number right here. Now once it gets to 1024 megabytes, it jumps right to, it starts going to gigs. So there's 5.03 gigs in my documents folder. What you want to do there is say close out of that, come over here and add that 5.03 gig to the 2.66 gigs of pictures, and that's going to come out to like 7.69. Okay, so what you would want to do is, when you're in the store, you don't want to buy a flash drive that is 8 gigabytes. You want some extra room. What I recommend is doing is what you would do in this here if you had that much. Some of you may or may have more. You want to get a 16 gig, so you have plenty of extra room and there's no questions about anything being filled up or giving you an error message. That way you can get all your stuff on there. Okay, so that's just kind of an idea of how to check before you go buy a flash drive, which may be helpful. So you want to know, just add up, right click on your folder, go to properties, let it add up here and populate the actual size, and then that gives you an idea what size of flash drive you need to go buy. So in this particular one, you know, I'm not going to be able to back up the documents because there's 5.03 gigs there, and this is only 3.72. So as you can see, that's kind of how that works. But so you go to My Pictures, you find your pictures, you double click on your My Pictures. I'm going to go in here, I'm just going to pull the slider over here and find a folder. I have, many folders in here. If I click on the folder, then they have the pictures in there. They're all my pictures, like in one folder. So I have different folders named different things with pictures that relate to the title in the folders. So what you want to do is, say I want to, instead of going in and trying to get all these all these pictures out of that folder, what you want to do is just right click on the folder and come down to cut and left click. Now when I cut, I'm actually removing this folder from my computer, and what you want to do is come over here onto your flash drive, right click out here somewhere in the middle, right click, and you'll get this prompt, and then come down to left click paste. Now that's going to cut, which removes it entirely from my computer over here onto the flash drive. Now let's say, now to do this the backwards way, you just do it the opposite way. Just go over here, right click on the folder, come down to cut, left click, come back over here and where the white area is. If you don't want to click over top of a folder, or it'll put it inside that folder. So you go down here in this white area, right click and click paste, and it puts it right back over there. So you can move files back and forth from your flash drive to your computer, from your computer to your flash drive real easy. The other way to do it is using the edit command. You can select all of them at once. You can go back to edit. You'll see now I have the cut and copy feature available. When these are not selected, you're not going to see cut and copy that's grayed out. You can't select cut or copy because there's nothing selected. So if you edit, select all, then you go back to edit, you'll see now they're highlighted, so you can choose to. I always get in the routine of copying files in case there's an error that occurs when you're copying from your desktop over to your flash drive, or maybe you have an external drive that's much larger and you're copying files over. First thing I do is copy them over. I don't cut and paste, because when you cut, you're actually removing them from here. Say you're in the middle of it, and a half hour goes by and it errors out on you. You may not be able to come back here and get the files, because you're not going to know what you copied over and what you didn't copy over. So always try to, copy them first and paste them, and then say you want to delete them off your computer for good. Just go back and right click and click delete, and that will remove them for good. So at this point, just doing this basic simple stuff, again, to me it is. This may be helpful to someone, but to me this is pretty basic stuff, and that's all you really need to do. Another thing you can do is hold the cursor over top of ATVs and click down on the left click of the mouse. Hold the left click down and drag the file all the way over. Do not leave go of the left click. Once you're over in here, leave go of left click, and that also copies the file over and just drops it there. So that's another fun way to do it. Every time I do this, I'm deleting the copies that I'm making over here. So you can do this over and over to practice. So if you want to go in, say you want to go into that folder and you only want to get 3 of these pictures, what you can do to select, instead of going to edit, select all, say you don't want to select them all, say you only want 3 of them. So let's say we're at the top here and we only want these 3. So you can left click. As soon as you select one and you see it's highlighted, hold down the control tab, hold down the control button on your keyboard and keep holding it down. Then left click the next picture, left click the one under that, and so on. And what it's going to do, keep your finger on the control button, hold that down. This is like a shortcut to just select the ones that you want to select. And if you go down and select these, this is not, you have to hold the control button down in order to select these. Now, in order to go backwards, you just click again and it'll unselect them. Again, the whole time I'm doing this, I'm holding the control button down. So, select those. Say we want to copy those ones. Once they're selected, and you can leave, your finger off the left click of the mouse, right click, come down and choose cut or copy. And once you do it, you can leave off of the control button once you select, because then you've selected the ones that you've chosen there. You can come over here and paste. So I'm going to do that in a little faster. So I'm going to select the first one, hold the control button down on the keyboard, and just left click that next one, left click the next picture, left click that picture, left click that picture. See, I just want to get those pictures there. What I'm going to do here is right click. You can right click kind of anywhere over top of any of these pictures that you have selected to get this box to pop up. Go down and left click copy. You can leave off control on the keyboard, come over to a blank area here and paste. And there you go. So that's how you can do just a few pictures at once. So what I'm going to do is go to edit and select all of those, right click out here, and then click delete. Left click delete. That removes them from my flash drive now, so it's empty again. Or you can go to edit, select all, right click, delete. So again, there's a couple ways to get to the stuff, using the edit command here. You'll probably have fun doing it once you figure out how to do it. And one thing that this is really good for is, you can buy yourself a 32 gig flash drive and go in here, copy, select your, like I said, select, go over top here, right click, copy. If you want to copy all, say you go in your My Pictures folder and you want to just select all your folders that you have all your pictures in, just go to edit, select all, go back to edit, click copy, go over here and click, somewhere in the white spot here so it selects this drive so it knows where it's going. Go to edit and paste, and it'll copy everything over just like that in one shot. That's probably the easiest way to do it. But again, like I said, if you go buy yourself a 32 gig flash drive and you copy all your pictures over and get them on the flash drive, then let's say your computer stops working, doesn't boot up, gets a virus. There's a number of different things that may happen. If your hard drive fails or gets bad sectors on it, if that happens, you could actually lose those pictures that you had 10 years ago forever. And obviously, you don't want that to happen. So every now and then, you want to get these stuff moved over to a backup drive. And everything I'm showing you here is on a lower scale. If you have much more stuff than this and larger, you go in here and you look at your pictures and right click on it and go to properties, and this adds up to 60 gigs, and you're really getting up there. I recommend just getting an external drive, which I'll cover in another video, but it's the same idea, it works the same way. And to depend on these drives that have the automatic syncing back up software, I would do it manually like this so you're seeing your files actually copy over. It's more dependable. Not everybody is very savvy with computers and are going to have their computers cleaned up in order to function. Other processes could interfere with the sync process, and unless you're a little more techy, getting in there and adjusting settings, then you may experience some issues with that. So this is the manual way to do it. There's a ton more things I could talk about, but I just kind of wanted to give you an idea. And again, I didn't cover my documents much, but my documents are files like Microsoft Word documents. All that is the same. You can right click on it, click copy, go over here in the blank area, left click, right click, and click paste. It seems like a lot of left clicking and right clicking, but this is the for sure way to manually move files back and forth. But basically that's it. Please send me any comments and stuff. I mean, if I missed something or you guys want to see more videos, and I'll take the time and walk through them step by step. So I really appreciate you watching the video, and I hope you share it, and I hope it helps somebody out. Get your stuff backed up and off your computer. Again, this will also free up space on your main hard drive. if I close out of these and I go to my computer, your main local disk C drive, you're gonna see you'll free up some space on your main drive if you cut and paste your files over. If you copy and paste them, you're still gonna leave a copy over. I always recommend leaving the copy, unless you want to get them off there. So the last thing you want to do here, quick before I go, is I don't want to forget is down here you may see something popped up here. It's the USB. It's like a little safety remove feature. It just shows you, you have another drive plugged in. You may see something that looks like that. If you right click on that, you want to click eject mass storage and see what that does. There it goes. Okay, so it goes away. Now if I go back into my computer, you'll see my thumb drive or my flash drive is gone. So that actually unmounted the drive the correct way. They're hot swappable. You can pull it out of your computer and plug it back into your computer if you'd like. But to do it correctly and not have it corrupt the file system, you can always go down here to where you see it, right click on it, and then click eject. That's a safe way of doing it. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to be making many more videos, so subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, click that you liked it, share it. Please let me know if there's anything else I can add, if there's anything else you'd like to learn how to do. Definitely be willing to do videos. So thanks a lot for watching. Have a good one.